Hi there, welcome. Luke here with you, and in this video we'll go over the trading platform in the Waves decentralized exchange. So looking at the different elements, what they mean. If you're completely new to trading on a DEX, for sure, decentralized exchange, DEX, then this will give you an understanding of what certain things do and how you can navigate it. So first step is to come up to trading on the top left there, and then you can see the page will load, and there's some different information on this page. So the very first thing I'd like to talk about is that currencies are traded in pairs. So this is the same for fiat currencies. So for instance, Australian dollar and US dollar, when you're trading them, that would be AUD, USD pair. Euro and Great British Pound, for instance, would be another pair. And so you trade one currency against the other currency. So what you're really doing is exchanging one for the other. So when we're talking about exchanging currencies, that's what we're doing. We have one currency and then we exchange it for the other one. So at the moment, you can see right here in the middle of the screen, Asimi and Bitcoin. So what that means is I could either have Asimi and then buy Bitcoin or exchange it for Bitcoin, or I could have Bitcoin and then exchange it for Asimi. And so whenever we're on the trading platform, this is the pair that we are trading at this time. So the way that we discover new different pairs, you can see them listed here. These are the primary pairs here on the Waves DEX, and you can search for any token or coin in the search bar. So when we search for Asimi, then the Asimi trading pairs will display, and you can see them right here. If we were to search for Bitcoin, then the Bitcoin trading pairs would show, and you can see that each one of these has Bitcoin in it. Okay, and you could do the same thing for maybe for Ethereum, and the list goes on. So you can search for any coin, and then you can trade it against other coins. So against Ethereum, against USDN, Ethereum against Waves. Very, very easy to find, and you can see they have quick navigation here for Waves, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So let's go, for instance, well, let's stick with Asimi. So once you've found your trading pair, the way that you select it is simply click on it, and it will open into the middle window, and you can see now that that is Asimi and Waves. So we're exchanging Asimi and Waves tokens. So we're either going to sell Asimi and get Waves in return, or we're going to sell Waves and get Asimi in return. Okay, so now this is where we can find our pair, and in the middle, as I've given some indication, this is where we see the current price for the token and also the history of the price. So what has this token been doing over the recent history? And you can toggle the time frames here. So if we go to daily chart, and I'll have another video explaining what exactly we're looking at here, but if daily chart, each one of these lines, which are called candlesticks, they take 1 day to draw. Okay, but if we were to go to, say, a 4-hour chart, each one takes 4 hours to draw. So you can determine it by selecting here. Weekly chart, monthly chart, daily chart. You can choose everything right there, and that will show what has been happening with the price of that token or that trading pair. Then you can see the current price is listed right here. So at the moment, Asimi is trading at 0.0329 Waves tokens. So what that means is that if we were to flip that around the other way, we need 0.0329 Waves in order to buy one Asimi token. Now, if we draw your attention to the bottom here, this is how much trading volume has been occurring. So this shows how much trading activity has occurred on any given day. Now, let's move over to the right-hand side, and this is where you see your order book. The order book are all of the orders that are in the system to buy or sell that token at that time. Now, the way that we determine if we're buying or selling the token is the way that it is listed here. So if it says Asimi Waves, then it means that we are buying or selling Asimi tokens, okay? So when we come down and we decide, okay, we want to buy what we're saying is we're buying Asimi tokens. We're not saying that we're buying Waves. We say that whatever it is the very first listed token. That's the one that we're buying or selling. So over here, you can see the order book is made up of sellers, which are on top in the red. These are people waiting to sell Asimi tokens in exchange for Wave tokens. The people at the bottom here, if I can scroll down a little bit, these people are waiting to buy Asimi tokens at whatever price it is that they've chosen. Okay, so that means that they have Wave tokens and they want to buy Asimi tokens with them or exchange, and these people have Asimi tokens and they want to sell Asimi tokens and exchange them for Waves. In the middle is the last price, and you can see that the last price corresponds with this price right here, because this displays the price that was the last executed exchange. So the last time that there was an exchange, this was the price that it was at. So when we come down and we look at the buy or the sell, this is exactly what we were talking about with this orientation here. So if we want to buy Asimi, we click on buy, but if we want to sell our Asimi, then we click on sell. So let's have a quick look. I'll just give you a quick demonstration, but we'll go through this in the next video. So we can buy our Asimi, and then we can select the price that we want to choose, and then we can put that price in here. Okay, so whatever price it is that you want to buy your Asimi, let's say for instance we want to sell Asimi in this example, and we'll do that 0.04 so I can show you. So I've chosen a price that I know when the market comes up to 0.04, then I'm prepared to sell my Asimi tokens. Let's say 10 Asimi tokens I'm prepared to sell at that price when the market gets there. And then you can see right here there's a fee of 0.03, and I can sell my Asimi tokens. Because that order is not at the market price, it means it won't sell automatically, but it will go into the order book right here. You can see 0.04, 10 Asimi tokens. That's my order that I've just placed right now. And you can see it's also added to my open orders. So down here on the left, this is where you can manage your orders. So you can cancel any order at any time. You can also see the details of it, so you know, because this might be different trading pairs. Maybe this is, Asimi Bitcoin. You can have multiple orders running at any one time. You can go to your order history and you can see the orders that you have placed and that have fulfilled. So you can see the orders that we've placed in this test account so far. You can see your trade history. You can see the full trade history, so all of the orders that are being placed, you can see them all being placed right here. So the buys and the sells, you can see there's been all the activity that has occurred, internationally, and your own balance. So you can tell exactly what tokens you have and what the balance of those tokens are. That is it for a brief overview of using this exchange. It's a really powerful system, and like I said, in the coming videos we're going to go through some in-depth understanding of the charts, some in-depth understanding of using the order book, selling and buying, and you can go through those videos if you're really interested in understanding this. I find this really fascinating. I've had a long history in trading currencies and I really enjoy it. And so I'm happy to share with you some of my knowledge about using a decentralized exchange or just trading currencies at all, so that you can get a better understanding of how you can use this for your own business and really benefit using Asimi. So I will see you in the next video.